Mm-hmm. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. Welcome. The gaming industry is on fire, guys. It's totally on fire because today is an incredible good day. So I'm just posting now. Also, all right, a post on X that I'm online. So OBS obviously got so complicated. I don't know. It all goes now via OBS, the chatting and everything. But hey, that's how it goes. So alrighty, the post is out. The post is out. So we can wait a little bit for more viewers. So if you watch this on on repeat, so most probably you should just go forward a little bit on the. I'm clapping when more viewers come when we start the stream then correctly. Yeah, guys, it's totally on fire because today is an incredible good day. So. So yeah, if you check this stream out after I streamed already, so I hope you are going to enjoy it. So we're going to talk about different gaming companies. We go and check out some of those incredible charts. We talk about Nintendo Switch, about CD Projekt, all of this. There's so much information, so much stuff going on right now. It's simply incredible, guys. It's incredible. It's incredible. So there was a time in 22, 23, I think it was, where gaming companies were not really having that success. But this has changed in my opinion. So we are coming and we are getting into a better world. Gaming companies are finally coming back again and are more and more interesting. So some of them are still overvalued, most probably. Some of them will never get back to the values that we have seen before. So this is also obviously sure. But if you look at the CD Projekt, if you look at Square Enix, if you look at all those companies, so it's incredible. It's incredible. Alrighty, so you see, $124,000 now. We are now crazily up. Over $12,000, my friends, 11% up. Alone today on $3,165. So that is one of the best days we had. So obviously I can say thank you to CD Projekt, Ultimate Games, Ubisoft. So those are, even Ubisoft 6% up today. I mean, how awesome is this? How awesome is this? So let's wait a bit to see if some chats are coming. Who is coming, my friends? Also going on my Steam page to invite some of my friends to our little chat here. The boys know where to find me. I would say the boys know where to find me. So, if you are here now, I don't really see necessarily so easily how many people are online right now. But I see someone is online, so that's good to see. Because I just see like one person is watching, but then I see again 4 people are watching, so doesn't matter, guys. So it doesn't matter. So I think people are online, and I see Moricel, for example, CD Projekt. I wonder if it will run up again. until the W4 release, same as previously before Cyberpunk. So I would say, guys, I mean CD Projekt. So here again, 9% today only. 9% today only today. And yesterday actually also had a good day. So therefore, I would say let's check out actually the CD Projekt chart. So this is the CD Projekt chart. I told you, if we manage to get over this Fibonacci retracement at 2025, Polish zloty, you call it zloty actually in Polish. So not that I speak Polish, but that's what I heard that you say. Oof. It starts again to hurt a little bit. So look, if we get over the 281, so most probably that's it's the moment where I could imagine that we're going to see some people taking profits, even retail investors taking profits, because a lot of investors are going to be quite anxious that we're going to see this pump up. We're going to see this pump into the 450, which was crazy actually, and then Cyberpunk was then finally coming out. I think this is after The Witcher 3. And then Cyberpunk gets announced and the stock goes like crazy. So Witcher 4, yeah, I mean, it can go up, it can go down. So obviously it's not something we really know. And if we just look at the fundamentals of the company, the fundamentals are not like justifying obviously 450, but there's a lot of fantasy as well in the company. So people like The Witcher. And we can also look here, for example, at this. CD Projekt shares rise on expectation of new Witcher 4 showcase. Shares in CD Projekt rise to 3.8%, and I think this was yesterday. An analyst points out the market is waiting to see new elements of the highly awaited Witcher 4 game. New Witcher 4 related material should support the sentiment toward the company, says Erste Securities analyst. Later on Tuesday, the Polish video game maker behind the franchise is expected to show the new technology, and I think I think people liked the trailer. So what is your opinion, my friend? So what is your opinion? Actually, did you also enjoy the trailer? Did you like the trailer? Did you watch the trailer? I think the tech demo was quite good. Obviously, it was quite a good tech demo. It was made for the PlayStation 5. It was running stable on the PlayStation 5, so probably it's running better on the PlayStation 5 Pro. But it was not the real in-game footage. So we know CD Projekt, and if we remember correctly, Witcher 3 looked a little bit better in the tech demo than when it was released. I don't say it looked bad when it has been on release. It didn't look so bad, and also later some updates, and I think some high definition resolution downloads were also released, so this was actually quite good. Wow, the thing is, the stock was interesting to buy here. So I was loading the boat around about here. I always said we're going to accelerate a little bit around 112 and 180. You can't tell me that I didn't say it. So I said it. I really said it, guys, because from a mere chart perspective, and now I'm telling you actually a secret of investors, of the big investors, of the hedge fund investors, the guys actually the institutional investors. So the institutional investors. You always hear them asking very smart questions about some games coming out, etc. And you think like, oh, they are the number crumblers. So they are looking into the numbers, they analyze them, and they find out if a company is overvalued or not, if the PE and the forward PE and all of this stuff. Actually, those investors, and that's what my source tells me, since also I know some people that also work in investment field, they also look sometimes, or better said, very often they just look, the trading desks just look at the charts. So here, why was here how you say support line at 86. Why was there a support line? Why was the support line holding so nicely? Why is this Fibonacci retracement here at 111 to 100 to between 100 and 120? Why is this like every single time now back to 2017? This was holding up. So how is this possible? You can't tell me that big investors are not looking for shots like this. Why are we? Why did we fail here again? At this big support. All over here, the support. Also here, also those are kind of support lines. So the Fibonacci retracements. I mean, it's funny to say, but they actually work in my opinion. So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. So guys, you know it. Just a YouTuber, information, entertainment purposes only. So also a lot of entertainment here. So therefore, if we manage to go up at the 280s, you can bet that they go back also to the 240, 235. So we might stay a little bit here. So I think it's very much possible that we stay a little bit in this. Except we get this big push with Cyberpunk 2. If we get information from Cyberpunk 2, yeah, 355 possible. If The Witcher 4 gets already good numbers, bad numbers with pre-orders, all this has also an impact. How are going to be the numbers with Cyberpunk actually now being released on the Switch 2? The Switch 2 is actually, therefore I'm saying, so why is the market up? Why is the market up today? Yeah, the market is up today because of the Switch 2 coming, and when the Switch 2 is coming, a lot of the old games from companies like Cyberpunk, but also a lot of third-party developers and publishers, they also release their games on the Switch 2, and that's finally the moment they can sell the same game again for a little bit more money, because it's Nintendo, so it just costs a little bit more if you in comparison to the PC price, the PlayStation price. So maybe it's a game you already sold on the Switch 1, now you sell it again on the Switch 2, so it's always the same. And people are going to buy, console players, my friends, are going to buy the same game for the Switch that they already have on the PlayStation. Console gamers are going to buy even the update, the update of a Zelda game that they already have on the Switch 1 or even on the whatever GameCube. That's what console players do. I've been a console player myself. I did this. I have been a console player, my friends. I did all of this. So isn't it not funny? Isn't it not funny that console players are doing this? So therefore you can sell the same game again. So I did it even, I had a game. I mean, I had a game on I had Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PlayStation. I had Last of Us on the PlayStation. I had God of War on the PlayStation. I bought all those games again on PC on Steam. So I paid twice for the same game, because I just wanted to finally play this game in a better quality, with better graphics, running smoother. I want to play it with mouse and keyboard, all of this. So therefore the gaming market is up today. So let's go back. Let's go back here again to that's therefore the gaming market is up 2.62%. Let's go quickly through some of the stocks. Ultimate Games. Probably here we got the numbers. So I have to check if we actually got the numbers. 8%. Ubisoft 6%, because Ubisoft is happy they can sell the same Ubisoft game again for the Switch. Therefore Ubisoft is up. If the Switch 2 is going to sell good, Assassin's Creed games, they're going to release again. Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, all of those games, Far Cry games, whatever, you name it, The Division. All of those games. The Switch 2 is finally capable of running them. So you sell all those games again on the Switch 2. And this means finally Ubisoft can sell video games without making a new game. That's it. That's it, my friends. It's simple as this. Therefore, happy to see Ubisoft again above the 10 years. And I told myself, at 8 euros, I'm loading up the boat. And then I was actually chicken out a little bit, since I was not happy about the direction actually with this separate entity. As you know, I'm not a big fan of the separate entity, but I don't think anyone is, because if you look at the overall price movement to the downside we had after the announcement of the separate entity, so obviously no one is happy about it. Well, it's trading. Ubisoft is trading. Come, let's check out the chart. Where's my Ubisoft chart? This is my Ubisoft chart. So let's look at the Ubisoft chart. So I think we don't look often enough at the Ubisoft chart. No, I'm just kidding. We always look at the Ubisoft chart. So if also some new watchers are here, so please write something in the chat that just that I know that you're here, guys. So that's very interesting. So drinking some Schweppes. All right. I mean, look at the chart. Look at the chart of the Ubisoft stock. Here again. This doesn't match all the trouble we had here with the Fibonacci retracement. That's actually interesting. This trouble, I call it trouble. So this trouble matches actually quite fine. So overall you can say that this chart is terrible. I mean, it started in 2012. And this was actually almost probably all based on the merger acquisition, or the acquisition tries by Vivendi, by the other French company. So they tried to buy Ubisoft shares, and then Ubisoft was, I think, I also made a video about this. Actually, you find this video, so about the history of the 2012-2018 pump, because this was a crazy pump. So obviously the hope of every person invested now here at the 20 to 30 frame, everyone is actually hoping coming back to this pump. So I'm not expecting it in the short term, my friends. I really don't expect this in the short term. I think we can actually, at this point, I think we can be happy if we're going to see on the high side 30 euros again. So this would be a huge achievement, and this is like 200% up from here. 30 euros is 200% from here, more or less. However, it's also possible, looking at this chart, let's just zoom a bit in. I mean, it's still a downside move. So maybe we go permanently to the 7 euros, and then yeah, we can just hope that we are going to, yeah, from 8 to 9 euros. It's probably actually possible. It's possible that we go back to the 8-9 euros. So when I look at the Ubisoft chart, I always show this last part, but I mean, look at this. This looks so funny. So this was really funny though. Pump down, pump down, pump down. So it had pumped like 3 times. So now you would say, yeah, now it's normal that Ubisoft would pump a 4th time. That it would pump a 4th time, and this time it goes to 200. So if this would be a cryptocurrency, if this would be like Bitcoin, then this could be possible. But since it's a French software company, it's a French gaming company, it's definitely not given. It's definitely not given that we're going to see one of those pumps again. So we could also see just a little pump to the 30 euros and then back again. So probably 30 euros, around about 30, 32, 25 to 32, I would say. That's a good Fibonacci retracement. So probably that's also a good moment to get out of the stock if you are now back holding. So that's, for example, something I could consider at this point, where I would say, okay, probably it's better. I mean, then I would make 200%. So I would actually be like, woo, 200%. This is done from here. This is done from here, like let's say like 20,000 euros. So minus my 7,000, so around about 13,000 gains. So obviously not as much as I expected to gain of my Ubisoft trade, but hey, 13,000 euros or dollars gains would still be substantial. I mean, you can't say it's not bad. So this would be an extremely nice actually trade. What shall I say, guys? So I mean, Ubisoft. Wow, 35% down, Mr. Rich. You really messed up. Why are you buying this woke company? No, they're getting better. Guys, they're getting better. They're doing better now. Starbreeze. Do you know Starbreeze? Those are the guys with Payday. Payday. They made Payday. Total disaster. Don't touch. Nintendo, 3.5% up today. 3.5% up for Nintendo, obviously on the basis of the Switch. So let's check out the chart. Where I have my Nintendo chart though. I can't organize them before because I'm mostly improvising. So this beautiful Nintendo chart. A PE ratio now on Google Finance of 50.49. A dividend yield of 0.99. And 15.70 trillion Japanese yen. So a big market cap. A big market cap indeed. But Nintendo is at the 12,000 yen. So Nintendo is in my opinion. So if the Switch 2 is becoming this massive success, it's more successful than expected, then obviously we can continue further. But I think there is a high chance, my friends, that actually it's not going to become this massive success. Big chance it's not becoming this massive success. Because it's just an update. It's just an update. Yes, a new Mario Kart, maybe a new Zelda, maybe a new Super Mario game, new Metroid game, all of this great. But now you have to ask yourself, so are you going to buy the new Switch 2? Because all those, a lot of posts actually on X, people are not really open to buy the new Switch 2. I'm not going to buy it. I don't need it. I don't want it actually. I really don't want it. So I think the prices actually for the games are just too high. So probably if you're a 14, 15-year-old person, young old person, then probably you're going to take your pocket money and you're going to buy yourself the Switch 2 because you want to play those Yoshi games, those Mario games. I don't know any grown-up actually needs the Switch 2. So I'm very negative. I mean, I'm invested in Nintendo, so it's not a lot. My Nintendo position is not a lot. Sure, I should have bought more at one point. Even I think now we are ready for a little downside move. So I think we might go back down. But hey, so round about this, 8,000, the 8,500 range. So I think it's very, very possible that this is going to happen. Embracer. I don't like talking about Embracer. I mean, there was a time I was making actually a lot of videos about Embracer. But let's be honest, it's Embracer. No way. No way to waste more time at the moment on Embracer. So Embracer chart still looks terrible. I'm 30% down. So most probably Embracer is going to stay at this realm. Even with Kingdom Come Deliverance being Embracer the publisher, Saber Interactive is the developer. Even with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 being a big success for gamers. So I love this game. I play it. So I even bought the Seasons Pass. So they're going to make quite some coin on this. But Embracer has to deliver more. So that's very important, guys. ENAD and Paradox. Paradox doing fine. 10% back. Frontier 2.7% today. Bandai 2.5%. So Elden Ring Nightingale or what is it? Nightfire, Nightingwish doing fine as well. Asmodee 2%. Capcom is non-stoppable. I mean, Resident Evil 9 is going to be an open world. There are some rumors it could be an open world. Would you play it if it's an open world? So I don't know. I don't know if I would play it. Probably. Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm going to play it at one point anyway. So, but I hope they keep up the classical single player a bit more close. I don't want a Resident Evil which is an open world in the sense that you can walk everywhere. So I like actually the rail story. It's a rail story survival action horror title. I like it that I just continue at one point. I go through those different rooms. Sometimes I can walk a little bit more in those rooms, like Resident Evil 4 did this very well. Also think Resident Evil Village is quite good. So it doesn't need to be an open world or too open world. I think it should stick to maximum what we have in Resident Evil Village. So I think that's the maximum I want to see in a Resident Evil title. So what do you think, guys? Write it in the commentary section in the chat. This would be great. CI Games. Okay, am I strong enough to show you the chart of CI Games? Since I got hurt a little bit by CI Games now. I mean, I'm still up, I'm still positive, and I'm still holding my CI Games shares. I'm not going to sell. Not going to sell. Oh, here we are. I hope this holds here. I hope we are holding the 210. But I'm fine actually to buy more at 180. But then I lose my gains now, and it's never a good feeling if you lose money. It's never a good feeling even if you have the opportunity to buy some more. So that's obviously a psychological issue. So I have to work on. But long term, this looks so pretty. From a chart perspective, this looks pretty. And this is also what other investors see, what big investors see. They see precisely this here. Yeah, let's wait until we get back to the 3 slotty. So this would be indeed amazing. So anything else noteworthy here? Because I don't want to go again completely in all the positions. Yeah, I don't think the rest is so noteworthy. So 11-bit a bit up, Pull-Up Entertainment a bit up, Tencent, Playtika, Electronic also. All good, my friends. All good. So we make money. Gaming companies are back. Gaming companies are back. Do you remember when the bubble was like bursting? Because it was a bubble at one point. Yeah, Playtika has to come back. But it's difficult to say when this is going to happen. Remedy also on the good way. Nacon. Nacon is so difficult. So Projekt also back in line. Square Enix going crazy. I mean, ask someone from 2020. Yeah, it goes back up. It goes back up. It will go back up. And then being hurt like 5 years. Being hurt like 5 years in this stock. So the cycle in a Square Enix can go so incredible long. Therefore, no, it's not the time now to invest in Square Enix, because if it's going to fall now, you're going to have most probably again a cycle of 5 years. And if you invest a big sum now where it doesn't even make sense to average down, so what are you going to do? Well, what are you going to do? You just sit it out. You're back holding, and you're going to be angry. And most probably, because that's what a lot of people actually that invest, what I hear, they trade like constantly. They hold sometimes. I mean, I have a day trading account, so it's an account where I put some money. But it's a separate trading account, so that's for tax reasons. When it's separate, it's a little bit easier for me to declare my taxes. But that's just me. So my trading account, my friends, there I'm buying. Sometimes when I have a huge conviction, I buy stocks before the earnings. So I buy stock before the earnings, and then comes the earnings 5-6% up, and then I sell. So I have a bigger total that I invest or that I speculate with. It's better you call it speculation. And then I sell, and I'm out, and I'm going to sell. Have to pay taxes on those gains. Or also can also be the case that it's not going up. So but I'm trying to be only at the very strong conviction trade, so I'm not shorting. So shorting is possible. I could short too, but shorting is a total gamble in my opinion. Shorting is even a bigger gamble than buying sometimes some overvalued stocks. Yes. Starward Industries. What do we have? On the 1 month, do we see something? No, nothing happening. Looks like the company is dead. Nexon also on the way to break the 3,000 yen. That's the upside resistance. If they manage to break through, then we can see a little pump. Pull-up Entertainment, it needs to consolidate here around the 20-25 euros. That's the place where it needs to consolidate, and then we have to see what further games they're going to release. We're going to have to see if they are going to release some new hit games like Space Marine 3, quality, number of games, how much they sell. All of this counts. And then also we need the overall French mid-market companies like 174. So that's actually a small company, small market cap. So we need this index. We need those companies also to get into a new cycle. So I don't know what is France holding back right now from a macro perspective. So overall macro, I think like President Macron is not that bad as in terms of economy. So he's a liberal. He would be even more be an economical liberal president. So I think he feels like he can't do some of those reforms because then people are playing the yellow vests again. They go on the street they manifest. So France is very difficult in the sense. So people don't want to get out of poverty. They hate capitalism and they don't want to get out of poverty. I'm saying this now politically. That's a political statement, my friends. Take it as take it what it is. But since you're an investor in gaming companies, you most probably understand what I mean with this. Therefore, Pull-up Entertainment once was a bit more conviction. It's a bit less conviction now because they still have also a high debt rate. But I want to see this company going back to the 40 euros, so, or at least touching the 35 to 40. This would be great. DontNod. Look at this beauty. 50% almost up, my friend. So look at this beauty. How did this happen? How did this happen? Yeah. I doubt it's going to hold up. I doubt it. Starward and Digital Pros. Nice. Probably over. Let's look at the 5 and 6 months chart. Yes. No. Not yet there. Not yet there. A little bit more, and we are at the new top, the new 1 year, and not the 5 year, but the new top since 2023, since mid 2023. Wow, this would be cool, guys. This would be cool. 11-bit Studios doing its thing. So we need to look for 11-bit Studios. We definitely need to look for new games. As I already told you in my latest video. Playway coming back strong. Yeah, 430 slotty is in. Bandai Namco, I think they consolidate and there is a chance they go higher. I mean, look at this chart. This is a good chart. This is how a good chart looks. And actually, if you see a chart like this, in a company that still is selling its product nicely, and a PE ratio of 23, if this is correct. So the numbers of Google Finance are not always up to date. But if you see a chart like this, so what is stopping you actually from investing in a company? So most probably you think it's an all-time high, and I don't invest in all-time highs. I only invest when they fall. Yes, let's assume Bandai Namco is falling again to 3,700, 3,800. Are people going to buy, or are they then thinking, yeah, it's so scary, the 3,000 are coming, it's so scary, 2,000 are coming? Ask yourself. Investing is a mindset question. Investing, and especially in very small caps, is a mindset thing. Yes, Electronic Arts is not a small cap. It's 37 billion US dollars. Wow. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat, guys. I like it. It's actually a very interesting chart. But overall, it's a chart that goes to the upside. And the COVID crash was hard. No, this was not the COVID crash. This was the Electronic Arts is so evil crash. Oh, they do so bad things, and then investors leaving it because it's not, because they think, oh my, the ESG criteria are not fulfilled, and I'm like, so wow, this company is not fulfilling ESG criteria, and me like, so paying more money into it, because no one likes ESG criteria because they're really rubbish. I mean, look it up, ESG criteria. It's really not worth talking about. CI Games, CD Projekt, beautiful chart. But I think there's a possibility it's coming back. Here we go. Yeah, we can also actually in this in the stream go a little bit on the Steam store page, so why not? Take-Two Interactive. Oh, beautiful chart, and very scary. What is happening? What is happening at 42 billion US dollar market cap? I mean, ask this. Ask this yourself. Ubisoft, Nintendo, Embracer. Terrible chart, Embracer. Can only get better, actually, at this point. All right, so that's the Steam store page. So if you know my videos, you know my other channel. So therefore, you know exactly when I'm talking about the Steam store page. Let's have a look into the stats. So top selling game is Deltarune. Yes. Now we're all asking ourselves, what is Deltarune? Toby Fox, overwhelming positive. Wow, what is this game? It's a story-rich pixel graphics. So now you say, okay, this game is now such a success, and look how it. This must have been cheap, actually, this game, and it's still this success with 132,000 people online. Oh my god! A game that costs 24 euros. Ah, give me a break, guys. Ubisoft undervalued in the chat. I don't think they're Did I say undervalued? No, I don't think they're necessarily undervalued. I mean, Ubisoft themselves think it's undervalued. Why do they think this? They created an entity where they took franchise licenses and IPs of their most important games into this new entity, and then they decided this new entity is now worth 4 billion when the overall Ubisoft company was worth, like, let's say at this point 1.3 billion. So they just take games out, franchises out, create a new entity, and act like they can give this new entity a value. But what happens? The stock price goes back like 50% again. Or from 15 euros to 10 euros to 8 euros. 8 euros, I think it was. So I think the market is of the opinion that this new entity is trying to build something out of thin air, a market valuation out of thin air. So therefore, it's not undervalued. I mean, because you could argue before, oh, these licenses, all those IPs cost more than the market cap, so then it's undervalued. And if those assets if Ubisoft's assets are more valuable than the market cap, yeah, then you would say, it's undervalued. It's a steal to get this company. Yeah, but now they put it in a new entity, and we still don't know what happens to investors in Ubisoft. Are they going to get diluted now with new shares that go to Tencent or not? So are we going to get diluted? So I'm fearing that we get diluted as an investor. And I think a lot of other investors fear this too, that in the short term, it's not an interesting investment. So in the long term, Ubisoft can come back, and then the big investor, the institutional investor, just says, all right, so I'm just waiting. I'm waiting, and then come back. So they put their calendar, and then they come back in like 10 years, whatever. That's the whole question, I think, with the undervalue. So, hey, look at this, guys. Most played Counter-Strike still. Night Reen. Night Reen is the name. Top selling games. Dune Awakening coming. Formula 125. Clair Obscur. Do you have Clair Obscur? You like it? Stellar Blade is coming also. Great game. So Stellar Blade is by, I think, then by Sony. And Dune Awakening is by Funcom. And Funcom belongs to who? Is Fun actually a gaming, a stock listed company? And then Starlight is PlayStation. It looks great. Looking forward to play the demo. Download the demo, have to play it. Alright, write some more in the commentary, my friends. I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear what you say. It helps me a lot. Then we have a proper discussion. So, otherwise, I would then suggest, so already streaming like 40 minutes, so probably it's time to leave. Can show you again my portfolio at the end. So it's going well. And my hope is that we can actually even grow more. But I'm happy that I stick to CD Projekt. I'm happy actually I'm also stick to CI Games for now. So I hope it's not falling under my price. And some other companies, I'm happy I bought Nintendo. I should have bought more, but yeah. Bit less happy with Ubisoft, obviously. Not happy with Ultimate Games. But sometimes you're happy. Let's say you cannot always be happy about every purchase. But I think some investors say, if you're not happy with a company, then sell it now. I don't think I can trust my own opinion. My own opinion was leading to the buying of this company. So now my own opinion would be I sell the company. So most probably it's wrong. I mean, I sold like a lot of shares of my Palantir stocks. So I had a lot of Palantir stocks for an average price of 22. And recently I sold a lot of shares at around about $100. So now Palantir is $125 or $130. So I could have made like 30% more. And on my initial stocks, I could have made like another 100%. That's the thing, guys. So sometimes it's very difficult to know when to cut the grass. Yeah. When to be nice to the flowers in your portfolio, and when it is necessary to how you say in English? No, whatever. So therefore, the trust in my own judgment on when to buy and when to sell is very low, actually. So therefore, I know I can't really time the market. So mostly I just buy at one point, and most at the time I don't really sell so much. They need to remove the CEO. I agree. Yves Guillemot, Ubisoft, and then the stock will boom. He's out of touch. I'm totally with you, my friend. I'm so with you on this. It's absolutely clear. The CEO is the issue in this case. So, and Yves Guillemot, I mean, he's the founder CEO, and I can imagine it's very difficult as a founder CEO. You always think like you can turn it around. You can make your own company relevant and important and interesting to investors again, etc., to gamers and investors. I think sometimes he doesn't talk enough about investors. So and he doesn't talk enough about investors, but at the same time, then you would say, okay, then he is very player first centric. So he would talk a lot about players, but he isn't talking about players either. So he doesn't talk about investors. He doesn't talk about players. So I mean, what is it now? So who are the people he wants to talk about? Is it for him important to just be the CEO of a company and just telling us every year everything is going fine, blah, 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 we have to restructure, blah, 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 so I'm happy to be a CEO of a company. Yeah, but you have to talk about your customers, what your customers want. That's it. Gain is gain. Money is money. Gain is gain. If you short it, it's gaining. If you don't short it, you buy more. Hey, gain is gain. We're here in this is the money game. So this is the money game. And I mean, I like the Ubisoft games. Always liked them. Always played them. Have a lot of them. I bought a lot of them. I probably spent a lot of money on Ubisoft video games. However, I want to make money with my investment in Ubisoft. I'm not doing this out of ideological reasons. I want to support Ubisoft. I know they have a lot of problems, or in French you say défaillance, since it's a French company. So I want those things to change. I really want to change in Ubisoft. But I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see this. So I think the stock has a chance to go up 100% if Guillemot would tell us tomorrow he's resigning. Bam! The stock would go up. For no reason, because he's just not a popular CEO anymore. It's not even that he did anything specific wrong. I think he is even trying his best. I think he is even trying to be a good CEO. He doesn't understand that something is not going right. So maybe I'm sure he understands that some Ubisoft games are boring and they were asset flips, and it's not good to make an asset flip if you're a AAA company. And I think he should also be smart enough right now to understand that making making Assassin's Creed games is not going to save Ubisoft. I mean, if you only make Assassin's Creed games, so what's the point? Then you're just the Assassin's Creed company. Or right now, actually, they are just the Assassin's Creed company. No, Ubisoft also has to make other games, different games. Riders Republic is a great game. I love playing it. The Crew Motorfest 2, I think it's a great game. I like The Division. I think those are great games. Far Cry games. I play every single one of them. I always enjoy them. So, yes, Ubisoft makes good games. Star Wars Outlaws, Pandora, a little bit less good. So it's sad to see that they are not good enough. So take your time, Ubisoft. Find the magic sauce again. Put the magic sauce again into your games, and then you can create those great titles again. So it's very important. All right, guys. So happy to prolong it. Happy to prolong it even further. If you have any more questions, so I can wait a little bit, not jumping directly out. But now that's the chance we can discuss a little bit more if you are interested in my opinion. So obviously this is no financial advice. I'm just a YouTuber, retail investor. This is for entertainment and maybe also information purposes. So if you think you get some information out of it, so comment, like, and subscribe. Of course, a like is always welcome. And also share my channel with other investor friends, with other gaming investor friends, people that like gaming, that like finances. So that's definitely my channel is definitely for them. So, and if you have great ideas, write them in the chat, in the commentary section. I read everything. Mostly I also respond to everything, meaning you are talking with a real person here. I'm not just like one of those people that have 1 million subscribers and then you write something and you will never get an answer. I'm still an existing human being. I'm not having AI here on this in those videos. So this is I'm telling you what I think. So this is the real talk. This is the real talk. I think the future is real talk. The future is not going more into the AI direction. You know, I like AI. I like AI to analyze some earnings reports, but it's always very important that if you used it, you have to verify. You have to verify sometimes the numbers, and you don't have to make your own every analysis of the AI agent. So AI agents also fantasize, hallucinate. It's called sometimes. So it's not necessarily correct. So, but my friends, if you have no other questions, then I would say we're leaving it here. It was a pleasure. It was a great pleasure making this video. So 50 minutes. So this is a good time. So time to go and time to play some video games, time to trade some companies, and time to have fun and make some money. because that's what this is all about. So you see, if you also like me to make more live streams, if this is something that you enjoy more than just watching his videos, if you enjoy the interactivity, I think actually in the gaming industry or in the finance world, interactivity is, especially for small channels, it's greatly important. So bigger channels, sometimes they have just some thousands of people then in the chat and no one can really interact. So I think it's not really fun. So I'm not really interested to write something in a chat of those very busy channels. So, but with small channels, it's still great fun. So you still have the real interaction. You still have the response I give you after you wrote something. So that's important. Don't have to explain to you. YouTube, obviously, guys, don't have to explain it to you. And that's the niche gaming industry channel. So love it. The idea I once had with the gaming industry, I thought like, so I talked a lot about the gaming industry on my gaming channel, but I thought like, nah, the people that come to my gaming channel, they want some good deals on Steam games. They want to know where they get some games cheap, free. They are actually not interested in the developer side. So therefore I decided to create this channel to be also on the, to look also at the investor and the developer publisher side, the gaming industry. So not talking about those subjects on my gaming channel, where I give you ideas about Steam sales and other functions of the Steam launcher. So obviously it doesn't fit there. All right, so time to go, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.